everyone, this is the main character. Welcome back to the next installment of
Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yay! Okay, so last time we left off, we read our poem to Sayori because it was the most comfortable. We also got interrupted in our cute moment with Yuri, so I'm pretty sure we're feeling a bit down and lonely. So let's go back to Yuri. Yeah, let's read our poem to Yuri next. Hold on. Hydration is key. Okay. Enough lollygagging. Let's go. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. I need to move my mouse out of here. I really wish there was a way to turn the mouse off. Let me check. There's no way to turn this mouse off, so if it's on the screen, I'm sorry. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Huh? Did I just say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, then but ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before. What did I write? I just clicked a lot of words. I clicked words that I thought looked good. Jeez, I didn't actually write a freaking poem. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just there are specific writing habits that are usually... Bleh! Words! It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kinda learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and then they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Unlike me, because apparently I can't read out loud. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Okay, so first you read my poem and you're like, oh wow, this is really good. And then you're like, well, it's not that good. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her. You're so cute, Yuri. Dang it! Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? It's in cursive. Ladies and gentlemen, it's in cursive. That's rare to find these days, so... Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Whoa. Whoa, okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's a good poem. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a good poem. Do you know why? Do you know why this is a good poem? Not only the rhyming scheme, the pacing is good, but the words fit the theme, just like she was talking about. It's a kind of loomy theme, like you're traveling into the past, because it's talking about an old lamppost next to the bright new future, and how she feels like it's kind of out of pace, but she feels calmed by the old nature of it, and she feels like she's living in the past. It's perfect. That's a good poem. Okay, let's continue. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. Woman! What? I wasn't thinking about that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Yeah, I did. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost, Yuri? Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Tim. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experience in their works. Don't worry, Yuri. I got it. Tim's an idiot. So, I got it. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolic compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Playing with the hair, that's cute. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Tim. What? Why would you do your best for him? Me too. Well, maybe it's a culture thing. Who should I show my poem to next? Okay. Natsuki or Monica? I want to save Monica for last because she would be like the most difficult to show it to because she's like so pristine and so up there, so we expect the best out of her. So let's go with Natsuki.
Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt. Jeez, Natsuki, jeez.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't invoke any emotions.
Evoke, not invoke, evoke.
Evoke. It just didn't evoke any emotions.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes.
Do you want to get smacked?
Gosh dang it. I'll pass, thank you.
Huh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it.
I was gonna say that before I read the line. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, and owls can seek. Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I mean, it's really cute. It's really cute, but...
Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but when it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose.
Oh, that's actually smart.
It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro.
Dang that tooth. Dang that tooth. That's cute. That's a cute tooth. No!
I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Good job, Tim. That's nice. Huh, I wonder, who should I show my poem to next? Ha ha ha. Okay, Monica it is. Here we go. Boom. Hi, Tim. Hello, Monica.
Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the clubs, like activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind.
Of course, I'll be afraid...
Oh, that's my voice. That's in my brain. It's in my brain. Why do I keep looking over here? It's because I got my monitor over here. Look at the camera. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I'll have to. Laugh like Monica.
Don't worry, Tim. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Mm-hmm. Great job, Tim. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right?
Yes, I do. That's why I picked it out.
Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though.
I haven't been keeping up with who's who. I might have misplaced. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I'm comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything.
I feel like I have to impress you though.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
Okay, that's a cute face, Monica. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Why aren't you in the acting club? Well, let's read it then. Oh, it's a scroller. Wow. Okay. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel. Blind like a film let out in the sun, but it's too late. My retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. Oh. Oh. That puts a little perspective more into this game. Okay. Okay. That's okay then. I will continue from here.
So what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right kind of person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful, or really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous talking about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day.
That's some good advice.
Thanks for listening.
Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little bit more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me by my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Of course they do. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Natsuki, shut up!
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. Humph. If I was looking for suggestions, I would ask someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Tim did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Tim liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Huh? Oh, come on! Natsuki, no! That's not what You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Tim appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh? How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you really that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Sayori, why is your voice the hardest to do? It should be the simplest.
Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Tim started showing up.
Oh! What? What is this? Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you, Monica.
I don't like fighting, guys! Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was standing there. Tim, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Tim.
Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Ugh. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Tim? Well, how am I supposed to read both of these? I'll do it in post.
Well?
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be, help me, Sayori. See, I don't want to diss Natsuki, but we're on a track already for Yuri, so... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna save here. And, we're going to... Yes. We're gonna save here, and we're gonna leave it up to you guys. I want you guys to pick how this goes. Do you want me to pick Natsuki? Do you want me to pick Yuri? Or do you want me to pick Sayori to help? Okay? You let me know in the comments below. Please. Because I don't know what to do here. Anywho, guys, this has been the main character. And I'll show you all another level of the Literature Club the next time I make a video. See ya.